We are Makilala TV, the first Filipino-American TV talk show in the New York metro area. Get to know us as we talk to the community leaders, innovators, advocates, and emerging artists who affect Filipino-American life.
Hello, my name is Cristina Pastor. Some people believe baking is a science. You need to get the exact measurement for flour and the right number of eggs. When the recipe calls for shortening, do not substitute butter. You cannot improvise. Is that true? Well, we'll find out later about this mysterious pastime called baking. For Christine Galang of Pies NYC, baking is science, art, labor of love, way of life, and passion. Rachelle, Jen, and I would like to welcome Christine to the show. She's supposed to be joined by Betty Ann Quirino, another excellent baker. Unfortunately, the weather did not allow Betty to join us today. Christine trained under Michelin-starred chefs, and with her experience, creates American desserts infused with Filipino ingredients, like calamansi cheesecake and ube whoopie pie. Welcome to Makilala, Christine. My first question is, do you eat your desserts and not worry about putting on the pounds?
I worry about it all the time.
Look.
Yeah, I know. So
There's no
that
problem with that.
Yeah, I know. I think that's one of the bad rap about desserts.
I love dessert. I mean, I could skip the entree altogether and just go to like the dessert.
And just go to desserts. Yeah. Okay. Christine, when did you start baking? You said you were influenced by your mother.
Yes.
Have you been baking as a kid?
Yes. Ever since I can remember, I grew up like smelling freshly baked pandesal. You know.
Which your mother did?
Which my mother did.
Oh, did she have a baker?
We did. We
Ah,
We
okay.
had a coffee shop back home.
Oh, okay.
So I grew up with that. I grew up with freshly baked cookies and waking up to that. And I was like, this is so pretty and you can eat it. I want to do this for the rest of my life.
So as a young kid, you already knew you wanted to be a baker?
Yes. I always wanted to work with my hands, you know. I tried fashion, but I'm like, this is too technical. You know, I want to be creative and have that freedom to work with my hands and make people happy, you know.
What was the first baked good that you?
Oh my gosh. It actually is brownies, the boxed brownies.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that's
I think
where
that's where we all start.
Yes,
with the
exactly.
prepackaged.
Yeah, we all started with boxed
Yeah.
desserts,
And I
yeah.
was like, wow, I can do this really good.
And the reception was, it was okay?
It was
How old were you when you first made your first brownies?
Oh God, I probably was like 7.
Oh,
Yeah, with my mom's supervision, but like our oven is probably as long as I am. So she was a serious baker.
Wow. So from the boxed goodies, when did you start baking from scratch?
So in our school, we would have like business week like that encourages students to do bake sales and stuff like that. International week where you can like do like different kinds of food from you know different parts of the country. So that's how I started. So I would just like you know bake for school and have them taste it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So who was your biggest influence when you decided to go into baking?
My mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw like how in love she is and how happy she is, and I'm like, I cannot imagine myself not doing this because it makes her happy.
I didn't think she did a lot of influencing, right?
Yeah.
You really fell into it right away. So is it true that baking is more difficult than cooking a dish?
I wouldn't say that. I have a lot of savory chefs, and that one is harder for me. It's harder for me not to measure anything and just like a dash of it, a dash of that. Then being able to know that I exactly put like half a cup of sugar or 100 grams of flour. So I know what I am putting in my body, and I know what I'm putting in other people's body as well.
So when you're baking something, it has to be
Precise.
exact,
Yeah.
Yes.
like precise. I mean, if they ask for a tablespoon, you can't just like, okay, you really have to level it and make sure it's a tablespoon.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I tried to make macarons, and I
Oh.
remember it took me like
Really?
4 hours usually to do it, and the first 3 times was a mess. It was like flat, disgusting, and I realized that.
But what was the taste like? Sometimes it's in the taste.
No, nothing at all. It was not edible at all. But I realized that even if it says like 350 degrees, that's not my oven. Like you have to really know your oven, and if it says 350 on the thing, it doesn't really mean 350. You actually have to have like a thermometer in there
Exactly.
to really know the temperature of the oven. So it's just like those little factors that can make or break a recipe. So I like the question that you were sharing before, like, is it true that you can't substitute shortening for butter? But I substitute all the time.
Because butter tastes
It's
better than
healthier.
shortening.
No. You know what my problem is? Because I bake too, my cakes don't rise.
Okay.
And I measure them very well, and I follow all the instructions, but my cakes don't cooperate with me.
Maybe
Why
you're-
is that? Is it the room temperature?
Maybe it's the type of cake you're making. Usually, cakes that rise really high are like sponge cake.
Yeah.
Devil's food cake.
Is it the baking powder or the baking soda to make it rise?
Actually,
What's the difference?
What's the difference? Because that would
That
teach me
is like
so
a
much.
rising ingredient.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe
I
yours
would
is
do
old because they do expire.
They do.
I don't know what to say to that. I don't sell my food, so nobody has sued me yet. So my question is, if you don't want to put a lot of sugar, can you put this artificial sweeteners?
I'd rather not.
I thought so too. Yeah, it has a certain taste, right? Yeah.
That too, and it's for me. I'd rather go all natural.
Yeah,
so
it's not
like,
as healthy.
yeah. So instead of using white refined sugar, I recently discovered black sugar from Japan.
Black sugar?
They have it here. So
Did you use black sugar on this amazing treat that are staring at me?
How come it's not black?
well, black sugar is actually a color of like muscovado. So it's really, really
It's
dark.
really dark.
And it's really good. Yeah. So if you guys have a chance to.
So if you have diabetes, it's not gonna affect you in any way.
I mean, portion sizes are key, but I think it's better than white refined sugar.
So Christine, tell us about your journey to the U.S. and how you moved from restaurant to restaurant and got trained to bake some more, to be a better baker.
So when I got to the U.S., I knew I really wanted to pursue baking. So I took classes in Manhattan, and then I landed a job in Union Square Cafe. And after them being open for 30 years, I became their first pastry sous chef, which was a really high honor.
Their
for me.
first?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then
First woman, or not necessarily?
first
Ever.
woman pastry sous
Oh,
chef.
first woman.
So we have a
Okay.
pastry chef and pastry sous chef. And then after that, I knew I wanted to learn what it takes to be a Michelin-starred chef. And so I worked for a 2 Michelin-starred restaurant in the city. And then after that, I really wanted to showcase desserts that had Filipino flavors. And Baker Pies NYC was born.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was really the motivation behind Baker Pies.
Yeah, yeah.
And
you
right,
mentioned, sorry.
go ahead, Jen.
You mentioned earlier that baking, aside of being a science, is also an art. I mean, you have to present it beautifully.
Yes.
I mean, do you paint? Do you draw? This is like a work of art. I mean, look at the tip. It's perfectly
Go ahead.
pointed. I feel like it's calling me. It's like I have to eat it. yes, I'll take it.
It is. One of my favorite chefs actually go to museums and find inspiration in like paintings and stuff like that. I'm really bad at like drawing and stuff, so I express myself in making beautiful desserts.
So what is your inspiration when you do get an order and it's like, okay, make me a cheesecake? Like how What's the process of creating a design?
I like simple designs. So my desserts are French and Italian inspired, so I get my inspiration from there. And like I infuse Filipino flavors. But as what I said, I like it clean. I like it simple. I don't like too much things going on in there.
How are your American clients, customers? What is the reception to calamansi cheesecake, for example? Do they know what calamansi is? When they see the name calamansi, what is this, Christine? Do they ask questions like that?
Yes, it's
really?
it's like it's an opening for me to converse to them and like tell them, like this is the best, calamansi out there. But yeah, they're curious about it. A lot of my chef friends are actually talking about Filipino flavors is going to be the next,
Really? Even in desserts, huh? It's not just in regular food, yeah.
I know. I was reading a magazine, Cooking Light magazine, and they featured a Filipino dish. Just like, oh wow! I mean, and it's a dish that I cook at home, which is adobo. But just seeing it in an American magazine with a recipe and instructions, which is we are.
That's interesting because we've been reading about Filipino food
movement
leveling up, but never about Filipino desserts. It's felt like it's not getting the attention that it needs or that it deserves. Do you get that feeling too?
No.
Are there a lot of women bakers, Filipino women bakers out there?
Not here, but I have a lot of Filipino men chefs here, so it's good. But at the same time, I want my co-Filipinas to come up and just be part of our society.
The dessert food movement. Do you make wedding cakes?
I do, but I'm more focused on desserts.
Bakery pies. You don't have a storefront.
No, not yet.
So is it online you could order?
Yes.
How does that work? Or do you?
So online, you guys can reach us at www.bakerpiesnyc.com or text or call us at 331-642-4511.
And then you have like categories. So what kind of? Do you have your cakes pictured on the website?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Very interesting. Very pretty.
Okay. Talk about the calamansi cheesecake. How many calamansi? First of all, where did you get calamansi?
Oh, they're out here.
Yeah.
You can get it from Chinatown. So if Jen is going to bake, the first thing she has to consider is, where do I buy the ingredients?
Yeah, because there's no Chinatown next to where I live.
There is in Piscataway Way.
There is? Okay. But that's far away. Okay. So you have calamansi. Do you pick it on the day? Do you buy it on the day that you're baking, or you can store it?
You can store it. Well, right now, like frozen juices are widely available.
That's right, yeah.
Is it the same though, the frozen juice? And okay.
Yeah, it is.
So in this beautiful cake, how many calamansi went into that?
I use grams, so
Okay.
100 grams of calamansi.
Calamansi. Yeah. You did a frozen thing.
Yeah.
So who are the lucky people who get to be your taste testers to say that's enough calamansi or that's too much calamansi?
These beautiful ladies.
Do you ever have like a customer who had your dessert and go like, this is too sweet, oh it's too sour, or I'm really staring at your cheesecake right now, but like how do you react to those criticisms?
Just like any artist, at first you're like, but I take it into consideration, and it actually challenges me to make my desserts better.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have a
Okay.
bite of the macaroon. So
Well,
Sure.
what's in this one? Or actually, Jen, can you tell us?
Okay, let's
Yeah.
see. Is
What
this
do
the
you
kind of macaroon that melts in your mouth kind of macaroon, or
what kind of? Can you
Okay,
tell?
let's see. It's
from my-
green, so
This is a historic moment for Makilala.
Yeah.
There is. Oh, sorry. Rachelle, you can take one.
that's yummy,
It's yummy. Okay,
and it's soft.
Mm.
Ah, there's a different taste that
That's-
haven't had before.
That's the
What is
pandan.
that one?
Pandan.
So that's pandan.
Mm.
My macarons are very traditional because that's graham macarons.
What is
There are
it?
different kinds of macarons.
There's different kinds.
Well, so it's like powdered almonds, but I put graham crackers into the mix.
Oh.
So I think that's what you're tasting.
There's graham crackers in here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you come up
Did you
with the
taste
recipe?
that?
Do you follow? Do you come out on your own? Or is it original creation or?
So I follow like a master recipe, and then I just modify it with the flavors that I want.
Modify, that's not improvising. Is that improvising? It
You
is.
can, yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
Wait, is your mom still around? Is she happy for your success? Does she know what you have made of yourself in New York?
I'm sure she does.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure she does. She's in heaven now.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah.
So how many colors do they just have? I haven't. An entire macaron.
You have to do a
It
lot
has
of
like a
Zoom for that.
coconutty taste. Is that a coconutty taste?
Yes,
or?
actually, the cremu, which is the filling inside, is coconut cremu with pandan flavor.
Oh, that's
Wait, how did you
interesting.
get the pandan flavor?
I
I don't even know, how does pandan work? Isn't it in a leaf? How do...
It's a leaf. You can steep the leaf in, like, let's say your cream or your syrup, and it'll have that pandan flavor to it.
Do you boil it?
You can boil it.
Boil.
Yes. Just you boil it first, and then you steep it. Yeah.
So I'm curious, do you also bake traditional Filipino desserts like biko, puto, kuchinta, things like that? Bibingka.
Not all of them, but I love making ensaymada.
Oh, I love that too. Yeah, are you offering that in Baker Pies NYC?
Yes.
Somebody's placing an order.
So what tips do you have for like just a regular baker who wants to try to explore these different types of things? Because for me, I like gave up after.
Me too.
It's just so much time to put into this. Like, what keeps you motivated to keep baking?
Just don't be afraid of it. I mean, some people are just, I think, intimidated, but just have fun, and just know that your end result will always make people happy.
Do you take large orders?
I do.
Oh, you do. Okay, for
Yeah.
big parties, for example.
What's the
Yes.
largest one that you've had?
Well, it wasn't a party. It was a charity event that actually helps Filipino kids go back to school.
Oh, that's
Were
where I
you
met
there?
you.
That's where we met.
Yeah, I met you. Yeah.
My first gig was for 300 people, so that was a real blessing.
That was art.
To advancement for
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
That's how. That's where we first met.
Yeah, exactly.
There were and they're just in this little. They were busy coming up with all this little desserts.
Oh,
I
it's
felt like I
beautiful.
should just get the entire thing. I think I had was it that one that had the ube?
I made ube cream puffs. Actually, buko pandan cream puffs, and
right.
then ube tarts.
Yes. Yes.
As a career, is being a baker okay?
Yes.
Like profitable? Are you
Yeah.
saying that she make money? Just say it. Just
In
ask
an
it.
indirect kind
Just
of
ask
way.
Christina.
Yeah. Yeah. Really.
Yeah, it does. I think at the end of the day, it's like, what do you really love to do? So, yeah.
There's gluten-free stuff.
Yes.
Do you use
definitely.
almond meal when you make the gluten-free?
Yeah, and
Yes.
there is also gluten-free flour now. So,
Because I just made
Yeah.
gluten-free muffins at home, and it's made through almond meal.
yeah.
So and it's still delicious. And I use coconut butter as opposed to
The real
the butter. But it takes a lot of work. It's easier to just for you to bring this over.
Yeah, you just make it for us.
know.
Well, Christine, one more question I had for you is, you said that you were trained under a Michelin chef. Are you training anyone now, or do you have any mentees?
No, not really.
How do I apply?
Are you looking?
Are you looking? Yes.
We can always make time to have a a brunch date and like bake and have tea.
Maybe you could do
I'm always
Makilala in
open.
minutes at your place so you can learn how to bake.
Do you teach young kids?
Yes, actually, when I was back home, I used to teach kids just to like have their creative mind. You know, they can explore, and they used to decorate cookies with me with a preschool around our village. So I miss that. But yeah,
Yeah, we can do that again.
So what's next for Baker's
Baker
Baker
Pies.
Pies? What's the next step?
hopefully we can open a store,
Oh, that is
collaborate with
yeah.
our friends.
Are you looking at certain locations?
We have been. We'll let you guys.
Will be like
You
a
don't-
cafe thing. Like
You don't
could
think
sit
it's
down?
New York is kind of competitive for
It
desserts?
is.
Yeah.
It is, but
It's a Michelin star baker.
I know Filipino desserts has a really big potential.
Oh, you wanted to market your place as a Filipino
Yeah.
style dessert.
That's really
yeah.
good.
Yeah,
I
nobody's
don't think we
done that.
haven't had that. Like,
There's
There's some in
there's some?
Jersey, I think.
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
cool.
will you be, hey, you know what you should be doing? Pandesal.
Oh my gosh.
When you said that, my
Pandesal.
mouth was literally watering. So maybe we should get your mom's recipe of
Of pandesal.
Yeah, how do I make pandesal? But yes, we'll talk after.
Any final thoughts? Any final thoughts, for, Christine?
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for giving us some tips. Do you watch Cupcake Wars? Those kinds of shows?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan too. It has not improved. It has not helped improve my baking. But I'm just so interested in baking. Thanks so
You can
much
always
for
call
coming.
me.
Really?
She'll take you on that.
Anyway, thanks so much. Thanks, Jen and Rachelle, for your very engaging questions. That was such a delicious discussion, ladies. We can't wait to taste some of Christine's goodies on this table right now. But before we do that, let's listen to an upbeat number from singer, composer, keyboardist Bryan Martinez, a talent of Vynz NY Entertainment. This is his original composition, Jeep to Ride. Here's Bryan.
Cleaning up all the mess I got from that controversial issue about B1 and his friends. I got to send a letter today, hoping that this is another day for us to get along the way. Now, this is a perfect time for us to be ready on the line. And so, what are we waiting for? Waiting for another Jeep to ride. There's nothing I can do but hide. In my mind, you can find your way. I ask, why is it so fast? Now you are here with me at last. We can stop till the daylight ends. Constrained you to another break without me realizing that you were always playing on my dreams. They say you've got to stop and change with the hope see each other tomorrow and be able to talk again. I don't care into whatever danger that will block us on our way. I guess now is the time to run away. waiting for another jeep to ride. There's nothing I can do but hide in my mind. You can find your way. I ask, why is it so fast? Now you are here with me at last. Take us up till the daylight ends. This is the perfect time for us to be ready on the line. And so, what are we waiting for? Waiting for another jeep to ride. There's nothing I can do but hide in my mind.